Hello, hello! It's me again, Gitzie, your MD-PhD student and currently medical intern vlogger. And welcome to episode 2 of the MadPhad Journey series, season 1. To all my friends who took NMAT before. So in this episode, we are going to talk about the different undergraduate courses and how helpful they are in taking your NMAT examination. Well, personally, I think wala naman kasing best na undergraduate course when it comes to taking your NMAT or going into medical school. Lahat naman kasi yan, merong advantages and disadvantages. And pagsalang natin sa med school, mahihirapan talaga tayo. And in the long run, as we go on into our medical education, magle-level off din naman yung playing field. So for me, mas importante yung paano ka nag-aral for your NMAT examination as well as how you integrate the tips and tricks that I have mentioned in my previous video. So if you haven't watched this video yet, do check that out. Tas balik kayo dito, or you can check that out after this video. But if you're really interested in knowing kung gaano ka-helpful yung mga different undergraduate courses in taking the NMAT examination as rated by the undergraduate courses graduates themselves, then this is the video for you. But before anything else, I would like to shout out to Kylie who gave me this video idea, which is super duper interesting. Kung fond kayo of using YouTube, napansin niyo siguro na this past few months, merong mga nagsisirculate or nauso na video content na gagawa ka ng Gform, tapos isasend mo sa mga naging crush mo before, and then yung mga naging crush mo before would answer back, telling you kung na-sense ba nila na nagka-crush ka sa kanila dati or hindi. Well, I've kinda used that idea in this video, but in this video, I've created a Gform entitled To All My Friends Who Took NMAT Before, and pinadala ko siya sa mga kaibigan ko with different undergraduate courses who took NMAT syempre. Of course, ang laman niyan, nag-introduce ako para saan ba tong Gform na to, and then I also provided them with the NMAT topic reference. Kasi baka nalimutan na nila kung ano yung mga parts na kinuha nila nung nag-NMAT sila. And then of course, I asked for their name, their pre-med courses, and then I asked kung saang area sila ng NMAT pinakanadalian and why, saang area sila pinaka-nahirapan and also why, then gaano nakatulong ang course nila sa NMAT, paano, at bakit, at para sa kanila, ano yung pinakamagandang course for NMAT and why again, at ano yung pinakamagandang course for them for med and why. Then after that, I asked them for tips sa mga ka-pre-med nila and also general tips for everyone who wants to take the NMAT exam. So lahat naman ng pinadalahan ko ay sumagot! Yes! So we have really a varied selection of different undergraduate courses here today. So in this video, we are going to look at the typical pre-med courses. So without further ado, simulan na natin siya by going to our first undergraduate course na closest to my heart, BS Pharmacy or BS Industrial Pharmacy. For BS Pharmacy, I sent the Gform to my good friend Brian. So kaibigan ko na siya since high school and ngayon kasama ko rin siya sa MD-PhD program. Brian took up BS Pharmacy while I took up BS Industrial Pharmacy. Pero yung main foundation naman nila ay pareho naman. For Brian, nung nag-NMAT siya, ang kanyang strength would be perceptual acuity kasi sabi niya, common sense lang ang perceptual acuity and di mo na kailangan mag-review, which I also mentioned in my previous video. Pagka perceptual acuity, kailangan mo lang talaga mag-practice. Ang weakness naman niya ay physics kasi sa physics, you have computations and you need to remember the basic formulas. On a scale of 0 to 10, gaano ka-helpful ang BS Pharmacy sa pagkuha ng NMAT? He rated it at 7 out of 10 kasi basic lang naman daw ang NMAT exam and naka-help lang yung course namin kasi napilitan siya mag-aral ng chemistry or mag-improve ng chemistry, which is his Waterloo nung high school kami. Also, he had an elective in Socsci which also helped. So, sabi ko nga sa inyo, ako rin, na meron din akong Socsci elective before, kaya lang I got it mga lower years pa ng aking undergraduate education. So, kailangan i-review ko pa rin siya para maalala ko siya and ma-refresh siya sa akin pagdating ng NMAT examination. So, for him, ang pinakamaganda na NMAT course ay actually kahit ano. Basta raw merong bio, physics, chemistry, and Socsci GE courses. So, basta meron kang good basic science foundation, it's good na for your NMAT. And for medicine naman, ang kanyang recommendation ay BS Nursing kasi sa BS Nursing, you have both the clinicals as well as the basic sciences and hindi rin siya masyadong researchy. By that kasi yung course namin, BSIP and BS Pharmacy, maraming mga laboratory courses, maraming mga formulation courses na hindi naman masyadong nagagamit when it comes to the medical education proper. Ang tip niya ay, kahit na sa tingin nyo ay madali lang yung NMAT, mag-aral pa rin kayo and mag-practice para mataas ang makukuha yung score. Since ang recommendation ni Brian for med ay BS Nursing, punta tayo kay Ate Jan, who is a nursing graduate. So for Ate Jan, ang kanyang strength ay verbal kasi comprehension is easy for her and ang weakness naman niya is physics kasi sa nursing daw they lack skills and background for physics. She rated the helpfulness of her course at 2 out of 10 surprisingly. Pero ang explanation niya doon kasi nursing didn't have much role in NMAT kasi nga daw basic lang ang NMAT and most of the questions are theory-based. So, kaya siya kahit na basta maganda yung foundation mo ng high school and yung mga GE courses mo. And ang kanyang recommended course for NMAT is BS Biology because sabi niya, marami daw topic under NMAT ay covered ng BS Biology. Ang kanya naman recommendation for med ay BS Medtech dahil marami rin namang courses ang Medtech na included din sa curriculum ng med. So, parang magre-review ka na lang when you come to med school. Ang tips niya sa mga nursing students din or nursing students to be na gusto mag-NMAT is stick to a schedule, especially if you're in your 4th year na marami ka ng mga duty or graveyard shifts sa hospital, pwede kang mag-review during your duty time. There's also no need to go to a review center, although siya ay nag-review center kasi sabi niya, marami naman siyang mga other sources na high school curriculum din naman ang gamit niya. And also, remember to answer quickly na para bang nag-exam ka na. Since Ate John recommended BS Biology, let's go to the BS Biology students, Ivana and Roslyn. So, unahin na muna natin si Ivana. Ito si Ivana, close friend ko to dito sa med. Maingay siya in real life, pero apparently nung sumagot siya sa Gform, medyo short and sweet talaga yung mga answers niya. So, for her, ang kanyang strength sa NMAT ay inductive reasoning kasi she loves figures and patterns. But ang kanyang weakness ay verbal dahil tamad siyang magbasa. So, sabi ko nga sa inyo, if you're an avid book reader, plus points yun sa verbal kasi marami kayong words na alam. And she rated biology at 5 out of 10 for NMAT helpfulness scale dahil high school topics naman daw halos lahat ng nasa NMAT at na-review lang siya sa course niya, especially yung GE part ng course niya. And anong recommendation niya for NMAT? Any science courses na may bio, physics, and chem. Ang recommendation naman niya for med, BS Public Health or Allied Medical Health, pero hindi niya in-explain bakit kaya. Pero I think meron namang mga ibang tao na mag-explain why BS Public Health or why Allied Medical Health. So let's watch out with that. Ang tips naman niya sa mga iba niyang kabayo, matulog daw kayo at mag-review kayo at wag na kayong mag-review pala 1 week before the exam, relax lang para nga naman okay na yung pag-iisip nyo and naniniwala siya na you got this na. Also, wag daw kayo matutulog kasi actually nakatulog daw siya sa isang part ng exam niya kaya medyo na-stress daw siya. Alright, so punta naman tayo sa next na BS Biology graduate which is Roslyn. So, Roslyn is another good friend in med. Ang kanyang strength naman ay quantitative. Personal strength daw niya to kasi sa mga exam talaga, magaling daw talaga siya sa math and sa numbers. And ang kanya namang weakness ay verbal, kabaliktaran ng quantitative. She's really not good with reading comprehension part daw. And she rated biology in comparison to Ivana na 5. Roslyn rated it at 7 out of 10. Kasi sabi niya, other than biology, they also have physics, chemistry, and math units. So, halos na-cover nga naman nila lahat ng nasa NMAT. So, halos social sciences na lang yung inaral niya for the second part. Ang kanyang recommendation for NMAT course would be BS Biology. Kasi sa tingin niya, yung course nila is a good enough course to put you in a good NMAT standing. While for medicine, kahit anong course sa kanya is A-okay. Lahat daw ay may advantage. At ang kaniyang tip is, get a pre-med course na gusto mo kahit hindi naman med-related. Kasi nga naman, you can just get additional courses para mag-qualify ka sa NMAT or mag-qualify ka sa med school na gusto mo. So, ang tip naman ni Rosie para sa mga kako-biology students niya is study based on your study style. But if you want to ace NMAT down, don't think cramming will get you there unless you're a genius. And take note, Roslyn is the valedictorian of their class sa BS Biology sa UP Baguio. So, isipin nyo na lang, diba? she's that smart, guys, and she did not cram. So, ang ginawa daw niya is she studied on her own and studied a few months before the exam date. And then, whenever she has time, she skims through the reviewer just to get a grip on what to expect and also to know what she's lacking on and then concentrate on that. Nabanggit ni Ivana kanina na parang maganda ang BS Public Health as a pre-med course. So, let's look at Mayo, a BS Public Health graduate. So, kay Mayo, nung nag-NMAT siya, ang kaniyang strength ay chemistry. Kasi daw maraming chemistry sa BS Public Health. So, they have N-Org, organic chemistry, they have analytical, biochem, and also clinical chemistry. So, ang dami-dami, diba? So, you should be good at chemistry by that time. Quantitative naman ang kaniyang weakness kasi personally, hirap siya sa math. And guys, he rated his course at 10 out of 10 in the helpfulness scale dahil marami daw silang GE covering math, bio, chem, physics, and social sciences. So, meaning na-cover nila halos lahat ng part 2, which is very important kasi sabi nga natin, part 1 is just parang practice talaga and common sense or IQ test. So, ang recommended undergraduate course naman ni Mayo for NMAT ay actually any. Kasi wala naman daw talagang best undergraduate course for getting a good NMAT score. It's more of maximizing your learnings from your GE subjects, which you will also use as the foundation, not just in your NMAT, but also for your med life. Wala rin siyang recommended for an undergraduate course for medical school. Sabi niya, lahat naman daw yan may advantages and disadvantages. Parang explanation lang din niya for the NMAT undergrad course. Para sa kanya, you should choose your interest and go to something that you can pursue even if in the end, you won't actually end up being in med school or you won't actually pursue medical education. So para rin sa kanya, what's more important is that you maximize your undergraduate learning and then look at the things na pwede mong i-apply from your pre-med into your medical school. At dahil lang na-recommend si Maya an undergraduate course, let's just proceed to the next one. Next is Julie, my previous blockmate, who is a graduate of BS Psychology. So, ang kanyang strength ay verbal kasi magaling siya mag-English. I can vouch for that. And ang kanyang weakness ay chemistry dahil wala raw silang background at all sa biochemistry. Pero ang rate niya sa kanyang NMAT helpfulness scale ay 5 out of 10. Kasi raw, psych has minimal physics and biochem, so wala silang masyadong background and kind of need some little effort in those areas for NMAT. Ang kanyang recommended na undergraduate for NMAT ay BS Small Bio and Biotech. Kasi for her, they have all the sciences in full force. And ang kanya namang recommendation for medicine would be BS Public Health or Nursing kasi applicable din daw yung mga natututunan doon sa med. Ang tip naman niya sa mga kasiniyang BS Psychology is aralin niyo guys yung NMAT Samplex daw or yung mga sample examinations. Magtiwala sa stock knowledge. Minsan talaga tiwala lang kailangan guys eh. Practice muna ng mga IQ test for patterns at gumawa rin ng strategy for answering the examination fast. At since sasabi ni Julie ang BS Small Bio and Biotech, let's go to those friends na kumuha ng BS MDB. I spotted our next friend. And actually, Leslie is also an MD PhD student like me. So, nung nag-NMAT siya, ang kanyang strength ay biology. Kasi nga naman, molecular bio siya. Sabi niya, I'd say bio, but just don't overthink. Kasi actually, nag-overthink daw siya dito, kaya ang mas mataas daw siya kanya in the actual NMAT would be physics and chemistry. So, don't overthink, guys. And then, ang kanyang weakness ay social sciences. Kasi nung lumabas sa kanila, more on the nice to know yung lumabas and also wala siya masyadong background on the social sciences. Ang kaniyang rate sa kaniyang course for the NMAT helpfulness is 10 out of 10 as well. Kasi sabi niya, she had a good foundation on the different subjects except nga for social science. Ang kanya namang recommendation for an undergraduate course for NMAT would be any STEM-related courses. Basta daw may good foundation on the hard sciences. Pero kahit naman daw wala kang good foundation, that I think kaya naman daw reviewin. Ang kanyang recommended undergraduate course for medical school would be BS Physical Therapy and also recommended din niya ang kanyang sariling course na Molecular Biology and Biotechnology. So sabi niya, during your first year of medicine, lamang yung mga may background na on the anatomy courses, such as for example, yung mga physical therapies. And for your second year naman, okay din na meron kang basic knowledge on molecular biology kasi ma-apply mo siya dun sa mga pathophysiologic processes, which is usually tinatakal sa second year. Kasi sa med, when you're in your first year, pinag-aaralan nyo yung normal. But come second year, pag-aaralan nyo na rin yung mga abnormal or yung mga diseases. Now, ang tip niya for those na merong same undergraduate course, which is BSMBB, don't overthink bio daw, which he did, kaya mas mataas ang physics and chem. Don't overthink bio, ha ha ha. So, dahil na-recommend niya ang MBB, let's go first sa kanyang may same na undergraduate course, which is Lordom, and also an MDPG student na kabatchmate ko. So, Lordom, ang kanyang strength ay chemistry dahil nag-high school siya sa isang science high school and also they had several units of undergraduate chemistry. Ang kanya namang weakness ay perceptual acuity dahil mahina daw siya sa visual stuff. Pero perceptual acuity, nahasa rin naman yan as time goes by. But as compared to Leslie, ang kanyang rating ay mas humble ng konti. Ni-rate niya ang kanyang course ng 8 out of 10 sa NMAT helpfulness scale kasi he took NMAT nung third year daw siya and he had chem and physics nung second year siya. So, yung mga knowledge and information medyo fresh pa. Yung bio daw, not so much. Kasi daw, mas small bio sa MBB kesa yung bio na basic na tinatanong sa NMAT. Wala rin siyang social sciences background sa MBB. So, makakatulong lang ang MBB kung kukuha ka ng elective na soksay when you take MBB as an undergraduate course. Ngayon, ang kanyang recommendation for an NMAT undergraduate course would be BS Psychology kasi for him, hindi niya daw sure kasi hindi naman siya nag-psych. Pero ang alam niya, nadadaanan daw sa psych ang biochem and social sciences part. Social sciences. Ang kanyang recommendation for an undergraduate course na med ay BS Public Health as well and MedTech. Actually, wala talagang the best na pre-med course kasi lahat naman daw yan mahihirapan pagdating sa med, which I kinda agree. But for subject familiarity, okay ang BS Public Health at MedTech. Pero yan nga, wala naman daw kahit anong course, hindi ka talaga may hahanda for med school. Alright, ang kanya namang tips para sa mga same niya na MPB would be hanap daw kayo ng reviewer lalo na sa social sciences. Pero chill lang daw, huwag masyadong pahirapan na si William. Nabanggit ng pareho nating MBB graduates ang MedTech as well as physical therapy. So for BS Physical Therapy, we have our friend June and ang kanyang strength sa NMAT ay physics kasi daw, ma-physics daw sila but more on the applied physics. And yung mga questions daw sa NMAT mostly ay basic physics question. And actually daw, kapag binasa mo yung question sa NMAT, which I think I kinda agree, nadiderive mo din naman dun yung equation na kailangan mo. And ang kanya namang weakness ay social sciences kasi wala raw siya masyadong background on the social sciences aside from 1 or 2 social sciences course nung first 2 years. So, ibig sabihin, first 2 years niya kinuha yon. Malamang baka nalimutan na rin niya yung mga information na yon, com and math time. And ang kanyang course and math helpfulness scale ay nasa 7 out of 10. Sakto lang raw kasi sabi ko nga, tama pa rin naisip ko kanina, once you start the major subjects daw na magsa-start ng 3rd year to 5th year ng kanilang course, puro about PT na and wala na yung mga basic sciences like physics and chemistry. So, by the time NMAT comes, limot mo na and you have to review them again. Ang kanya namang recommended undergraduate course for NMAT ay BS Biology kasi for him, since BS Biology, maraming mga basic sciences na kinukuha nyo up until you graduate kaya fresh pa yung ideas or yung knowledge na they need for the NMAT exam. Ang kanya namang recommended course for medicine ay BS Nursing kasi for him, ang mga nursing graduates ay jack of all trades. May alam sila sa patient care, medicines, and general diseases. Like for example, sabi niya, kung halimbawang pharma yung course mo, pwedeng mag-ace ka lang sa pharma subject. Kapag ka naman mall bio, pwedeng sa genetics. And kapag ka public health and medtech, dun ka sa microbiology. Pero sa kanya, ang nursing, lahat yon covered. Ang kanya naman tips sa mga kapiti niya would be, aral daw kayo ng chem, biochem, soksay, at verbal. Although hindi niya daw sure kung applicable for all kasi weakness daw niya talaga yon. Since tapos na tayo sa physical therapy, let's go on to the medtech. So our Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Science graduate is Josh. Ang kanyang strength ay verbal kasi he just finds it easy. Ang kanya namang weakness ay physics because insufficient daw yung background niya sa physics and mahina talaga siya sa thermodynamics. And ang kanyang rating sa kanyang course ay 6 out of 10. As you get higher in your course, it gets very specific and more clinical. So, ang nakakatulong daw kasi talaga sa NMAT would be your basic formal education and G subjects which is taken in your lower years, just like any other courses that we have discussed so far. Now, ang kanyang undergraduate course recommendation from NMAT ay biochemistry since 2 or maybe even 3 birds in one stone daw, plus very analytical in course, which is very helpful for NMAT. And for Med naman, he recommends BS Public Health. Kasi, di ba, ang MedTech at ang Public Health ay halos magkamag-anak yan. In UP, walang MedTech kasi yung BS Public Health, sila rin yung kumukuha ng MedTech licensure examination. So, magkamag-anak talaga sila. And he thinks na if we have more BS Public Health doctors, mas kaya nilang mag-serve and actually do more for the country. Kasi diba, in the lens of BS Public Health, nandun tayo sa concern niya talaga to the public. So, for his tips sa mga ka-pre-med niya, back to basics mga pare koy! O yan, guys, back to basics daw. And remember your biology, chemistry, and also sharpen your pattern recognition skills. At nabanggit ni Josh na for NMAT, he recommends biochemistry. So, let's go to our last typical undergraduate med course, which is chemistry. So, let's go to Abe, and also an MD PhD student. So, itong guy na to is a man of a lot of words. And I want to convey everything that he said in the Gform to you guys so you will be well informed. Ang kanyang strength ay chemistry because he studied it daw for 4 years. So, saan ka pa, diba? And then, ang kanyang weakness ay inductive reasoning, probably because he is an overthinker. And he rates his undergraduate course at 10 out of 10, guys! Kasi daw, ito yung mahaba. Bear with me. Number 1, verbal. In chemistry, you will write a lot of laboratory reports, so your verbal prowess will really be improved. Next, number 2, inductive reasoning. The study of chemistry involves a lot of patterns, so chemistry will train you for this, except sa kanya daw kasi mahinig daw siya sa figures. Next would be quantitative. Marami raw math courses sa chemistry such as algebra, trigo, analytical geometry, and calculus. So, he thinks that it is more than enough to prepare you for your NMAT. And for perceptual acuity, super in advantage daw ang chemgrads kasi daw hours of doing arrow pushing, counting electrons, atoms, and chemical formula and organic structures will surely and truly prepare you to spot the difference. And then for biology, chemistry also has a lot of biology courses on their first year of the curriculum. However, the problem is, baka limot mo na siya when the time you take NMAT. So, you have to review. Take note, na sabi ni Ave, it doesn't mean that it's not in the deep recesses of your brain to recall immediately when you review for NMAT. So, since nakuha mo na siya before, I think advantage pa rin yun kasi mas madali na siyang hugutin from your brain. Next ay physics. Marami rin raw physics sa chemistry. Minsan nga raw, overlapping pa sa other chemistry courses such as your quantum chemistry. Next ay social sciences. Lowest daw siya nun sa part 2. Mainly daw because nalimutan niya siguro lahat ng mga napag-aralan niya sa social science part. And sabi niya, if you're a chemistry graduate like him, I think this is one part that you have to focus on more than the others for your NMAT examination. Next ay chemistry. Ito meron siyang pagbabanta. Sabi niya, dude, if you're chem and you don't get an NMAT score of 800 for this, no comment daw. Pero joke lang daw yun. Joke lang daw yun, guys. It's fine daw. If you're a chem grad, you got this, sabi niya. You can answer the questions even while your eyes are closed. Amazing. Alright. So, ano naman kaya ang kanyang recommendation for NMAT undergraduate course? Akala ko i-recommend yung course niya, but sabi niya, any STEM-related courses daw. Sabi niya kasi, a STEM graduate would finish the reviewer faster as compared to those na hindi. Kasi syempre, meron ka ng previous knowledge about it and mas madali mo nang hugutin yon when you're reviewing because they have initial exposure and familiarity with the subjects. And for medical school naman, ang recommended niya ay any STEM related din. Sabi niya, sipag at disiplina are great equalizers in med. So for him, it doesn't matter what undergraduate course you take. Sabi lang niya, it would just take more time for non-STEM graduates to adjust in the medical course. Galing siya sa personal experience na nag-take siya ng gap year, nagturo muna siya, nagtrabaho muna siya before siya nag-pursue or nag-take ng NMAT. Ito yung mga tips niya na non-academic. Don't doubt yourself. You can do it. All the learnings now are in there. You just have to get it out. If you haven't had time, pwede ka naman mag-schedule ng day off and free time. Tapos, gawin mo, hati-hatiin mo yung materials into little chunks na mas kaya mong reviewin while you are juggling your work as well. Also, number 3, there's a lot of test-taking skills in NMAT. And some of them you acquire naturally as you age and as you mature. So, kung nag-spend kayo ng non-acad years before you take your NMAT, like for example, nag-work kayo like him, sabi niya, you would gather a lot of more common sense and discarded, which would actually help you while taking your NMAT exam. So don't be disheartened, guys. And guys, so we've come to the end. We've come to the last undergraduate course na usually nagme-med or nagtitake ng NMAT examination. So just a little summary. Yung mga strengths and weaknesses na nakita natin would really be associated with the foundation na nakuha nila in high school and their GE courses, as well as yung personal capacity ng isang tao. So, for example, kung mahilig ka nga magbasa, mas magaling ka sa verbal. Kung halimbawa, magaling ka talaga sa math, edi malamang sa hindi, mataas ka sa quantitative and statistics. So, nasa tao-tao din yan. Not necessarily on the course itself. And also, when you choose a undergraduate course, it is better that you choose something that you would enjoy or that you like. Kasi it is very important that in the process or in the journey of going into MD, PhD, or kahit med, you enjoy your life, guys. Ayan, so I hope you learned a lot and you got a lot from this video. And I know na mas marami pa kayong makukuha come our next episode, so watch out for that. So in the next episode, titignan naman natin yung mga atypical or rare undergraduate courses na kumukuha ng medicine or ng NMAT. And I will also provide you a summary of the responses para alam nyo yung mga usual na strength and usual na weaknesses na pwede nyong i-apply while you are studying for your NMAT, as well as the top choices na courses for NMAT and for pre-med. Para rin meron kayong guide kung halimbawa gusto nyong gawin siyang guide on what pre-med course you have to choose. And also in the next episode, I will put a link on a PDF copy of the responses para kung gusto nyo balik-balikan, you could actually balik-balikan nyo rin itong video na to, or you could just read that PDF copy. Thank you very much for joining me today, and don't forget to please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell para updated kayo sa mga susunod na episode natin sa MadPhad Journey series, and as well sa mga different videos na i-upload ka sa channel na ito. Thank you very much and see you in my next video. Bye!